listen, he's had an illustrious career. He's going to the Hall of Fame. He had a good season this year. It's not like you're asking him to go out and leave his lasting memory be that of him as a New York Jet, because we know how bad it was when he was with the New York Jets. This is different. You're on a team, and we'll get into Tomlin a little bit later, but you're on a team that's mediocre. They're not awful, and they're not great. They're stuck in the middle. So what you saw is basically emblematic of anything that you'll likely see in the foreseeable future. The Steelers, and they suffered their largest home loss in postseason history last night. They got outscored 23-0 in the fourth quarter. And you look at them and you just say to yourself, okay, we knew this was coming. DK Metcalf, he doesn't look like a number one receiver. Aaron Rodgers, clearly his best days are behind him. And so when you look at it from that standpoint, he's had a respectable season, but he's 41 years old. Yeah. Going to be 42, and I think he's 42 actually, and it's not going to get any easier. I think it's time. You can walk away from the game and still hold your head up high and look forward to being inducted in the Canton in 5 years and call it a day.
Yeah, hard for me to dismiss Mike Tomlin not having a losing record in 2 decades as a head coach in one spot. That's hard to do. When your name is being mentioned with Tom Landry and Bill Belichick for that kind of accomplishment, I'm not going to disrespect you in terms of the caliber of coach that you are.
Right.
I think this is a situation, if you're Pittsburgh, you should beg Mike Tomlin to want to be there. But if you're Mike Tomlin, why would you want to stay? The organization hasn't been serious about getting a franchise quarterback. Now, you've been complicit in that in terms of some of the decisions that have been made, but this is a results-based business. And the reality is that Mike Tomlin routinely gets more out of players that are nondescript than other coaches around the National Football League. I think this could be a scenario setting up where Mike Tomlin takes a beat from the NFL, does what Sean Payton did in his last season with the New Orleans Saints in 2021, got out of it, got the TV, and then found an opportunity for a better job. And then a couple of years from now, we could be talking about Mike Tomlin being right back at the top of his respective conference with a different organization because he's that kind of coach. Yeah. To me, the fact that we're having this conversation is a referendum on the Pittsburgh Steelers as an organization. It is not the same organization that had Dan Rudy leading it once upon a time or Art Rooney, not the second, the first. This is a different franchise, and the results are what they are. 7 straight one-and-dones in the playoffs, an NFL record, 5 straight postseason losses by double digits. Yeah. You are no longer a championship caliber organization. Wow. That is the reality. Mike Tomlin talks a lot about the standard being the standard. Well, that bar has been lowered in Pittsburgh, and we have come to expect early exits from them in the playoffs.